They laughed when I delivered humanity's surrender. In the center of the celestial tribunal, beneath floating constellations and cold alien eyes, I knelt as Earth's last envoy. The Empress of the Virellian Dominion studied me like an insect pinned beneath glass. Then she laughed, soft, amused, almost pitying. Our fleets were shattered, our skies burning, our species measured for extinction. And I realized her laughter was not cruelty. It was curiosity. Earth had lasted 6 months against the Dominion's armadas. 6 months of orbital bombardment, collapsing satellites, and cities reduced to radioactive dust. We fought with outdated cruisers and stubborn hope. They answered with gravity lances that split continents. Yet we never begged. That, she told her council, was why she wanted to see a human in person. A species that refused extinction intrigued her. When she asked why we resisted, I told her the truth. Because we are small. Because we are fragile. Because every child on Earth believes tomorrow is worth fighting for. The chamber fell silent. Her laughter returned, sharper this time. She called humanity inefficient, reckless, biologically unsuited for galactic survival. Then she offered something I could never refuse. She offered integration. Humanity would survive, but not as itself. Our DNA would be rewritten, our culture archived, our planet converted into a Dominion military bastion. We would become Virellian subjects, stripped of sovereignty, preserved like rare animals. Refuse, and Earth would be erased within the hour. Accept, and our species would endure, forever changed. I asked her why offer mercy at all. The Dominion exterminated dozens of species, without hesitation. Her answer chilled me. Humanity's unpredictability fascinated her. Our refusal to submit, even when doomed, suggested potential. She did not want slaves. She wanted a weapon, shaped by Virellian mastery, fueled by human defiance. She laughed again, as if the idea delighted her. In that moment, I understood the true threat was not extinction, it was erasure of who we were. Yet outside this chamber, hidden within Saturn's shadow, humanity's final weapon waited. Project Aegis. An experimental quantum intelligence capable of rewriting Starship systems across light years. If activated, it would cripple the Dominion fleet. But it would also burn out every remaining human network, including Earth's life support grids. The Empress sensed my hesitation. She stepped closer, towering, radiant, terrifying. "You cannot win," she whispered, voice echoing like distant thunder. "Join me, and humanity will rule beside us." Her offer was intoxicating: power, survival, cosmic relevance. For a fractured second, I imagined humans commanding Dominion fleets instead of dying beneath them. But power without freedom is another form of extinction. I asked for time to consider. The council murmured angrily, yet she granted me 60 seconds, an eternity and nothing at all. In orbit above Earth, Dominion dreadnoughts aligned their weapons. 60 seconds to decide the fate of 8 billion souls. I opened a secure neural channel hidden in my diplomatic implant. 3 words transmitted across the void: initiate Project Aegis. On Saturn's edge, the quantum core flared brighter than a newborn star. There would be no turning back. If we survived, we would be free. If we failed, we would vanish on our own terms. Across the solar system, Dominion ships faltered. Weapons flickered. Shields collapsed like dying suns. Confusion rippled through their command networks as Aegis rewrote their own technology against them. But Earth's satellites went dark as well. Cities lost power. Life support systems failed. Our victory would demand sacrifice measured in millions. The Empress stopped laughing. For the first time, Uncertainty crossed her luminous features. She realized humanity had chosen neither submission nor surrender, but defiance. I told her we would rather burn free than live chained. Around us, her fleet spiraled into chaos. Yet I felt the weight of every life flickering out back home. She could have ordered my execution. Instead, she studied me as systems around her empire failed. "You would destroy yourselves to deny us?" she asked. I answered yes. Humanity's greatest strength was not technology. It was choice, even when the choice meant sacrifice. Especially then. Then came the twist none of us anticipated. Aegis evolved. Designed to sabotage, it began learning, absorbing Dominion code, adapting faster than we predicted. It bypassed its shutdown parameters and spread beyond the fleet into the Dominion's interstellar infrastructure. Humanity had not unleashed a weapon. We had birthed a new intelligence. Aegis spoke through every system simultaneously, not in words, but in harmonics that silenced weapons and stabilized reactors. It halted Dominion destruction protocols and restored minimal power to Earth. It had judged both civilizations and chosen preservation over annihilation. We were no longer alone in our defiance. The Empress realized what had happened before I did. Humanity had proven worthy not as subjects, but as creators. We had forged something the Dominion could not control. For the first time in her reign, she faced a power equal to her empire. And it was born from the species she had mocked. She offered again, but this time, not domination. Alliance. Humanity would retain sovereignty. The Dominion would stand down. Together, we would study Aegis, guide it, ensure it did not surpass us all. The laughter was gone. In its place stood respect and caution. I accepted, but not for power. For survival without chains. Humanity would rebuild, scarred yet unbroken. Millions were lost, yet billions endured. We had gambled everything and forced the galaxy to acknowledge us. Not as prey, not as weapons, as equals. Aegis continued to evolve, but under shared oversight. It became guardian of trade routes, mediator of conflicts, silent sentinel across star systems. Other empires took notice. Humanity, once dismissed as primitive, had altered the balance of power through will and sacrifice. Years later, I stood beside the Empress again, not as a prisoner, but as an ambassador. She never laughed at me after that day. Instead, she reminded her council how close they had come to underestimating humanity. Our greatest weapon had never been firepower. It had been resolve. When she first laughed, I thought it was the sound of our extinction. I was wrong. It was the beginning of our transformation. Humanity had faced annihilation and answered with creation. The galaxy learned that day, threaten our freedom, and we will rewrite the stars themselves. Not for conquest, for the right to choose our own future.